I think I may have found the most corrupt lawyer in America, and he got into a little trouble the other day. On February 3, 2025, LVMPD detectives arrested 62-year-old Gary Guymon, a criminal defense attorney in the state of Nevada. Here in Las Vegas, we have more than casinos. We also have plenty of fraudsters and people who make for a pretty raunchy story.
Prominent defense attorney Gary Guymon facing charges including solicitation to commit murder and sex trafficking.
Maybe law school needs to include a class on what happens if you behave as poorly as your criminal clients. Here's a list of the 7 crimes he allegedly committed.
A Las Vegas attorney accused of a murder-for-hire plot and operating as a pimp.
You would think a criminal defense attorney would have learned how to commit these crimes without getting caught, considering his clients, but you know how guys are when they start thinking with their pituitary gland.
This is video of Guymon from our archives. We've learned so far police have identified 4 victims, all clients of Guymon's. 2 of them, police say he represented in prostitution cases.
Confidential information is protected by attorney-client privilege, but it appears Gary forgot that doesn't apply to a situation where you're trying to sleep with them.
Was a chief deputy district attorney until 2004 when he became a defense attorney. He had high-profile cases. This is him defending Margaret Rudin, who was convicted in her husband's murder.
Gary graduated from BYU Law School and has been active in Las Vegas since 1989. Utah is low-key one of the more popular states for fraudsters since I've seen so many stories involving people from Salt Lake and the surrounding areas. Utah, what is going on?
Metro detectives say Guymon was using his job to victimize clients who are victims of sex trafficking and prostitution.
This would be so Vegas if this attorney went into criminal defense law just so he could gain access to prostitutes. Leveraging a professional relationship to get laid by your clients has to be one of the more beta chess moves I've ever seen.
Metro police sources say Guymon forced the women to pay him in sexual acts for himself and his friends. When the women didn't want to participate, he threatened to ruin them in court and with jail time.
The irony of a lawyer having clients who bill by the hour is not lost on me, but it appears that Gary was trying to trade his hourly rate with his clients who probably charge about the same.
And when one woman didn't want to cooperate and complained about Guymon, he connected with a couple of individuals with lengthy criminal histories, including an arrest for murder, to get rid of her.
Imagine Gary's Rolodex after representing the lowlifes of Vegas for 20 years. There's a cliche that you're the company of the 5 people closest to you, and it seems Gary doesn't have any separation from clients and influences. To give you an idea of one of his clients, this is Chance Comanche, which sounds like a nickname for a military pilot action figure. Comanche graduated high school from Beverly Hills High in California, played at University of Arizona, and appeared in the news for the following.
Former Stockton Kings player Chance Comanche pleading not guilty this week in a Nevada kidnapping and murder case. The 27-year-old and his 19-year-old former girlfriend Shakari Harnden are facing murder and kidnapping charges in the killing of Washington woman Mariana Rogers.
That loser was basically given a free ride to a good life and screwed it up. Maybe he and Gary were meant for each other. Our favorite lawyer Gary probably has a lot of thoughts running through his head at night about what he could have done differently. I also know what it's like to struggle falling asleep, but I improve my sleep drastically by using Dream. I take Dream around 11 o'clock because it's recommended you take it like 30 to 45 minutes before you sleep. They make it super easy. You just need one of these little cool little devices. Put it down in the water. It tastes so delicious. I can't wait to have it. I've only ever used the cinnamon cocoa flavored Dream because it's so good. I don't need to try any others. I'm telling you, mix it with warm water and it's just as good as hot chocolate. You got to give it a try. I'm drinking it now because I'm filming this at about 11 p.m. For the past 6 months, I've been using it, and I noticed my sleep improving drastically on the nights I take Dream. Sleep is incredibly important, with plenty of studies highlighting its effectiveness on allowing you to reach your full potential the following day. Each serving contains the necessary ingredients to assist you with better sleep. All the ingredients are scientifically backed to support deep, restful sleep. As an engineer-minded dude, of course I ran A/B tests on taking Dream before sleep and not taking Dream before sleep. The results are very clear for me. It works. I'd recommend prioritizing your sleep for a productive and healthy year with up to 35% off Dream by Beam. Just use code Spencer at checkout, use the QR code somewhere on the screen, or click the link down below in the description.
Police say there are phone call recordings, text messages, and a lot more to prove Guymon was doing this.
My favorite part of these cases is when these recordings get turned into text on a page and opposing counsel or the DOJ will get to read it during trial. I've done a couple videos on these alpha male bros who have zero understanding how to keep their teenage sex fantasies out of their text messaging. "Call me your mother flippin' pimp," Guymon texted one woman, according to the report. "Offer any resistance and I just might smash your expletive teeth out of your mouth." Guymon referred to himself as a demon of validation, according to police. Guymon forced one woman to use a sex toy and threatened her with incarceration if she did not follow his orders, police said. Coercion is never cool and has a 1 to 6 year prison sentence attached to that one crime. Guymon purchased a Range Rover and leased an apartment for another woman who said the relationship moved from attorney-client to romantic, the report stated. Guymon is married. He's going to likely need a criminal defense attorney and divorce attorney here soon. "I just became your mother-flipping gorilla pimp," Guymon texted, according to the report. "Effective immediately, you will do what I tell you to do. You will date who I tell you to date. You will not break stride. You will march forward." Gorilla pimp apparently means someone who is violent towards prostitutes. Like gorillas, Gary wanted his friend to eat his banana. "You will suck my blank when I tell you to. You will wear what I tell you to wear. You will speak when I tell you to speak, and you will be better off, and so will your daughter," Guymon texted, according to the report. The news report stated that Gary and one of his friends offered a client $1,000 per month. She wasn't interested in those specific services, and allegedly there's some text messages indicating Gary organized meetings to force the women to have sexual relationships with his friends. His reasoning was that they were already sex workers, so what's the big deal? He's just helping them get paid for what they're already doing.
Guymon previously worked as a prosecutor until the early 2000s when his name popped up in the high-profile political corruption case called G-Sting.
Oh, come on. You thought this guy wouldn't have something interesting in his past? Even better is the name of the sting being so appropriate for the city known for sin. All that was missing from this list of crimes was an involvement with political bribery. Operation G-Sting was important enough to warrant its own Wikipedia page. Guymon was a well-known prosecutor until 2004 when his name surfaced in an FBI public corruption investigation known as G-Sting. Guymon frequented strip clubs and introduced a county commissioner to an owner of one establishment accused of bribing public officials, authorities said at the time. Guymon joined the public defender's office in 2004. Ironically, that paragraph came from a news report in ABA Journal published in April 2009 about a crime Gary allegedly had just committed.
In 2009, he was charged with theft in Utah, took a plea deal in a lesser charge. He's due in court now tomorrow.
The incident happened at the Sundance Resort in Utah. A surveillance video appears to show a man later identified as Guymon taking a necklace from the mannequin and slipping it into a bag. The jewelry was valued at less than $300. What are the odds he was stealing a necklace to give to one of his clients in exchange for, a little something on the side? In addition to our guy Gary, we have another attorney in Las Vegas nominated for Worst Lawyer in America. Lawyer accused of Ponzi scheme sues FBI agents who shot him. That, my friends, is actually a real news story title. A Las Vegas attorney allegedly orchestrated a Ponzi scheme causing more than 1,000 victim investors to part with more than $460 million. Charging Matthew Wade Beasley with 5 counts of wire fraud and 3 counts of money laundering. This idiot knew the FBI were onto him, so he had a letter written to his family telling them the truth of his crimes already prepared. So the FBI showed up to his house and he was carrying a pistol. As the FBI agents shouted at him, Beasley said he pointed the pistol toward the ground. The FBI maintains in its criminal complaint, though, that he aimed the weapon at the agents. At least one opened fire, striking Beasley in the chest and shoulder. This guy ran an elaborate scheme as a licensed attorney for 5 years, so he's got to be competent enough to understand why they'd fire. Listen to the scheme he ran. From about 2017 to March 2022, Beasley falsely represented to another person that he could find plaintiffs in personal injury lawsuits who wanted to borrow money against their pending settlements and would pay high interest rates to do so. He created fake contracts to lend money to purported personal injury plaintiffs. Beasley caused others to find investors to invest in these fake contracts. My choice is Gary Guymon for Worst Lawyer in America, but it could be either one. Vegas is wild enough without lawyers trying to screw you, both financially and anally. Thanks for watching.